Hello, everyone. Welcome everybody to Ortelius Holiday Gathering 2022. My name is Utkarsh, and I'm a cloud engineer working in Cisco. And today I'll share the status for Ortelius XRP Leisure project, what all we have done, and what all we are planning to do, and why this is the best project you should also contribute to. So, without wasting time, let's get started. In case you're not aware of this project, let me give you a brief idea about it. So Ortelius is basically a centralized catalog that simplifies the complexity of applications that are built with the cloud native or microservice architecture. And it collates all the required information like SBOM, license, Swagger, URL, or anything that are related to the component, and version them for better traceability. So this is the incubating project under Linux Foundation, and in case if you are interested to know more, you can check out the official website. And in case if you have any questions, feel free to schedule a call. You can find the link for the calendar on the website itself. What we are going to cover in this time slot is what are immutable SBOM ledgers, and why you should contribute to Ortelius XRP ledger project. What all issues were there that we have completed as part of this process, and what we are planning to cover next. Okay, so we all remember Log4j incident, right? And as we are also aware, there has been tremendous increase in the number of cybersecurity attacks, which has created loss of customer trust, and hence everybody is focusing on strengthening their cybersecurity, right? So this is the problem that we want to solve. And to solve this process, we will be using blockchain. Why blockchain? Because blockchain is itself a secure technology. It also increases transparency and traceability since it is available on the public blockchain. So the idea is whenever Ortelius onboards any component of a microservice, it will collate all the information in a file, and that file will be stored as a NFT. What is NFT? So NFT is basically that is basically a non-fungible tokens. Don't be confused with these terms. Think it of as just a media type or something. And to store NFT, there is a special type of storage, which is called IPFS storage. And so these NFTs would be stored in the IPFS storage, and each time a component version is created, a transaction would be recorded in the blockchain. So each transaction is basically a version, and hence, if at all anytime if you want to see what was the snapshot of my application at a particular instance of time or for a particular version, that would be available, and you can easily use that information to infer other things as well. Why contribute to the Ortelius XRP Ledger project? Why not? We are using two of the most popular and latest technology One of them is JavaScript and Python. And on top of that, we are also leveraging blockchain technology. Blockchain is one of the technology that is very highly paid nowadays. So if you are someone who is looking to learn blockchain or wanting to improve their skills, develop proficiency in JavaScript or Python, this is the best project for you. And apart from that, whatever issues that you'll be contributing to that has associated bounty. So you would be paid for doing all your contributions. How does that sound to you? Great, right? And I'm sure you would not want to miss the opportunity to learn these skills from industry experts, right? Ortelius is a community where we have people from different nations and different industry and a different expertise level. So this is the perfect project that you should surely contribute to improve your skills, right? Let's look at the GitHub issues that we have created, we have completed so far. So the first issue is add an NFTU JSON file from nft.storage. This was the first issue that we created. The objective of this issue was to create a POC project, which should be sufficient enough to add and retrieve JSON file to and from NFT storage. And go towards the next one. The next one is minimize JSON data for storage on nft.storage using Node.js. Okay, so the objective of this issue was to get a minimized JSON data because JSON data can have different formatting that can have a different indentation that can have extra spaces, new line, tab characters, etc. Right. So the objective was to have a method that should minimize that JSON data, because later when that data is used for fetching or storing to the NFT storage, that should not generate a different hash code. So that was the main idea behind this implementation. This was completed, and this was written in JavaScript. We have a similar issue, which is the next one, which was completed in Python programming language. Move towards the fourth one, Node.js to add to retrieve, minimize JSON to and from NFT to our storage. Okay, so whatever data that we have generated as part of issue number 2 and 3, right? Those data, the objective of this issue was to save this data in NFT storage, and the method should have method should have add and retrieve a sort of functionality, and we have implemented this in JavaScript and in Python. Yeah, the next issue is the same issue, but implemented in Python. Move towards the next one, retrieve NFT data from NFT storage using IPFS Python client. Okay, so what happened? Now we saw that when we implemented NFT, when we implemented this add NFT functionality for saving minimized JSON data, we saw that we were able to add that data into NFT storage, but we were not getting the actual data. Rather, we were getting just CIDs. So there was a need to implement a protocol using which we can download the actual data using that CID. So for that purpose, this issue was created and was completed. So now using the CID, we can also get the actual data, actual NFT data that we have stored previously. Moving towards the next one. The next one is add rules for XRP projects to website. Okay, so this issue was created to add the rules and rules and regulations for the bounty process. So as I told you in beginning, whatever issue that you complete that has associated um, that has associated bounty with that, right? So when you complete that issue, you'll be awarded with that bounty. So if you are interested, just check out the issue section of the Ortelius GitHub, and you'll have more idea on that. The next issue was creating license NFTs. Okay, so this was basically uh, importing the SPDX licenses and generating the CIDs for these licenses. So basically importing these licenses to NFTs, which will generate CIDs, equivalent CIDs, and later we can use that CIDs anywhere if you want to point to the same license, right? So yeah, this was like one-time process. So once you have imported that, you can fetch that anytime. And even if you save that license again, that will generate the same CID. So I think we have imported 490, more than 490, I think 498 licenses. Um, yeah. So what next? We do have a couple of issues that are work in progress. One of them is to index the NFT data for loading into RangoDB. Basically, the objective of this issue is we'll be loading a lot of data into RangoDB, but we don't know how we can index those data for searching, filtering, and other querying purpose, right? So we have to figure out that as part of this issue. The other issue is to normalize Cyclone TX SBOM JSON for NFT storage. Okay, so let me take you to this issue page, and we are talking about this issue. So basically, what we want as part of this issue is our SBOM looks like this. We have this sort of structure defined for a SBOM, but what we want to do here is um, we want to normalize this contract to a minimum required files. So as you see, here we have a lot of different information, like we have licenses, we have array of licenses, we have array of hashes, and what else? And corresponding details like URL, type, version, so on and so forth. So, but what we need here is this sort of data, wherein we have some metadata, meta information, but for the licenses, we have just CIDs. And this is basically the CID is basically the identifier for the data that you have stored in NFT. So this will point to the minimized JSON data that you have stored in the NFT dot storage, and using this structure, this will be minimized. This will be small, and lightweight structure. And if yeah, we can do marshalling and unmarshalling whenever we need, right? The third one is to download the CVE database and create a microservice. Okay, so as part of this issue, we had one POC wherein we saved, we stored some data in MongoDB using some Node.js library. So the objective of this issue is to load data and load data that is that is kept in Google Cloud Storage bucket. So basically, we have to dump the data that is from one place to another. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. So we have stored some data that as part of the POC in MongoDB, but we need to save the actual data that is there in Google Cloud Storage bucket and see if that if we are able to dump whole of this data to MongoDB. So that's all for today. Do write to me if you have any question. And thanks for watching. If you need more information, do check out the official website, that is Ortelius.io. You can also check out the issues that I created on github.com/Ortelius. And if you want to connect, if you want to stay in connect with Ortelius, you can search for Ortelius Open Source on LinkedIn and Ortelius OS on Twitter. That's all for today. Have a good day. Bye-bye.